Hello, conscious co-creators, and welcome to this pick a card reading today. Our topic for the reading is Jupiter in Gemini, and we are going to be getting some much needed advice from your spirit team for you today. Jupiter moved into Gemini and will be sitting there for about a year, which is how long Jupiter spends in each sign. It moved there on the 25th. And it is the largest planet, so when it moves or changes signs, we tend to kind of feel it. I mean, Jupiter is considered to be the lucky planet, so it wants to expand everything, and it's not so comfortable in Gemini. Gemini likes the details of things. It wants to dig into the this or that energy, while Jupiter, being so expansive, wants us to see the bigger, larger picture. Jupiter is a wonderful planet to kind of connect to, and as I said, it's going to be a year, so they've asked me to kind of do this reading for us to help us bridge the gap between our two sides, our physical self and our spiritual self. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so the themes for the next 12 months that we're going to be looking out for are themes around communication, truth versus illusion, agreements that we have made, thought processes that are going on, self-expression, content creation, travel, and community. And as I said, in this reading, we are looking to bridge the gap here and get some insight for you, advice from your spirit team. What are we doing with this card? Nothing. Looking at it. Make a mission statement for your soul. I guess that's the message that we're all meant to see before we even begin. Look at that mountain up ahead and this path, this road ahead. So for the next year, make a mission statement for your soul, for all of you. This is only a 3 pick, so yeah, I guess this is a message for all of us. Interesting. Okay, we'll set that aside. Make a mission statement for your soul. Maybe we'll get reference to it as we move through the readings. This is a 2-part reading. The first part is available for you here on YouTube. The second part is available exclusively for Evolve members. And if you are an Evolve member, you can access and watch the extended part of this reading on your Evolve pages. Silver, gold, and diamond member watch pages are always linked for you down below in the description. And if you're interested in finding out more about membership and the exclusivity and the guidance that's available there, that link is also listed for you in the description below. For the first part of this reading, we, as I said, are going to take a look at both sides, the physical versus the spiritual, elements you can work with for both, advice to bridge the gap and balance the energy, to help you get and communicate with both sides together for your highest good from your spirit team. We're getting direction to take with you and a spirit animal, or 3 actually, spirit animal guidance for you. In the second part of the reading, we're going to get keywords to help us understand how to bridge the gap. So the vibration and the frequency kind of vortex that you're working in, and the extended outcome energy for both sides, goddess guidance to align with, and affirmations from the heart. So really exciting in that extended reading as well to get that information. If you are an Evolve member, don't forget to watch the second part. Okay, let's see what your card options are. We have 3 different groups that we're working with today, and this is the Sacred Creators deck. Card option, group option 1, Unstick the Stuck. Card number 46 in this deck. Unstick the Stuck. Option number 2, group 2, Success in Transformation. Card number 13 in this deck. And option number 3, group number 3. Wow, look at these colors, guys. You are living poetry. Card number 32 in this deck. I think we have a color theme going on for Jupiter and Gemini. And then boom, our grounding statement. This is very heart, throat, brow energy, right? So heart-centered energy, truthful energy, visionary energy, and they wanted us all to have this very grounding, make a mission statement for your soul message before we even begin. So take a look, ask your intuition, which of these is calling to you, which one feels most aligned for you. Once you've made your selection, you can head down to the description box and click the timestamp next to the card that you've chosen, and I will see you in your Jupiter in Gemini reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your Jupiter in Gemini reading. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the first card option here for your reading, the Unstick the Stuck card. This is a 46-10-1, so this definitely has to do with a new wave of energy coming in for you. If you've been feeling like things have been either stuck for a while or you're not sure where things are going or how things are going to move, this kind of energy is going to help you to identify, is how they're saying it, identify not only what is stuck, but why. Why is it stuck? What's really going on here? The combination of kind of looking at both sides as well as the bigger picture and expanding things. Sometimes that can be a little rough when you've got Jupiter involved, because it may expand something that you have been trying to avoid looking at or that you don't want to kind of deal with. But if it's what's sticking you for this group, it's probably going to be expanded so that you can acknowledge it, look at it, get some information from it. Because you have that 46-10-1, it really does feel like an ending and a beginning is happening. I think that the combination of numbers, a 4 and a 6, wants balance and stability. So whatever it is that needs to be unstuck or that you want to unstick, if it's been stuck, feeling like it's stuck for a while, this is about that for you for the next, again, 12 months, right? This is about a year's time from whenever you're watching it. May 25th is the kind of start date for this, right? So May 25th to the following, 2024 to the following year, around approximately. So what we're gonna do first is take a look at some elements that you're working with. We are splitting this spread, right? So we're splitting it into the duality energy, the physical part of you, the spiritual part of you. We want to try and get information to help you bridge the communication gap, so feel more whole, especially if things have been feeling stuck. You know, this can be a very helpful kind of informative energy for you to get your two sides to work together. We know we're divine and we're also physical at the same time. So let's take a look at the elements you're going to be working with. On the physical side, we have fire and the card hope, trust, faith, heal the past, hope versus expectation. Very Gemini energy. The verses is always like this versus that, the two sides. Fire energy is wonderful, especially when used in this way. This is going to allow you to restore anything that felt stuck into a more hopeful energy, perhaps. And on the spiritual side, we've got ether or spirit, the collective. Lovely. See, Jupiter wants to expand, and we're kind of looking to regain our hope, trust, faith, and kind of heal the past to help our future. It's a good combination. All is connected. Collective growth and supported. So this is immediately your spiritual side, understanding and getting a better grasp of the fact that you are divine and you are part of the collective, and it's okay for you to, how they're saying it is, tend to that now. Interesting. Fire and ether, fire and spirit. This could create some momentum as well. Usually you really get the momentum energy when you mix fire with air, but fire with spirit, if you're trusting your intuition, this is like inspired action, intuitive passion, reconnecting to your passion center. To get these two to work together is going to be very important. So maybe you're not feeling so inspired in some areas or so creative, or you're not feeling like you're living your passion, or you're doing something that feels like part of your purposeful energy. This Jupiter in Gemini for the next year is going to help you to unstick or unblock anything that is not allowing these two to work together or to fuse together nicely. So we're going to look at your tarot now and see what we can understand, or what kind of advice your spirit team and spirit's going to provide for you as we kind of look into the two sides that are going on right now. and how they can better communicate with each other. Again, we're wanting the wholeness. We want to be able to this versus that while also not ignoring the bigger picture here. Thank you. And we're getting 3 for each side. That one definitely wants to come. Yeah, I see it. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So on the physical side, what information? 7 of Swords, the Magician, Ace of Swords. Wow, nice energy on this side. Talk about unsticking the stuck. This is very, very mental. You're getting 2 swords, which is the air energy. Remember what I was telling you about fire and air working together? It's like when you put air on a fire that's already blooming, then we get flames that can take off. And in this case, it looks like you're holding your own self back, or perhaps the past conditioning has been holding you back in the physical. Let's see. Heal the past. Yeah, you have a massive opportunity over the next year, group number 1, on this actual physical plane, meaning your thoughts. So you want to focus on that theme is what I would say. Thought processes. Swords are around air. It talks about communication, right? And your ability to seek the truth within yourself, the way that you're thinking about things, the way that you're speaking about things, your authenticity, your truth within. It talks about your mind and having new ideas, specifically because you're getting 2 ones here. And remember, we talked about this being ending, beginning, 46, 10, 1. You're getting the Magician, which is a major arcana card, first card in the major arcana, card number 1, and the Ace of Swords. So we can see here that you're able to manifest, but anything that's blocking you is happening here in the mind. The 7 of Swords is a tricky energy just because if it's self-inflicted, then it's you kind of like holding yourself back by either living in an illusion, not wanting to face something. So, at the start of the reading, we did pick up on that a bit, where some things that you might have been avoiding or not wanting to look at or not wanting to think about may be coming up for you with this energy. But you can see that it's meant to be restoring your hope, not like taking you down. So the 7 of Swords is tricky because it's often in a low expression connected to manipulative. Wow, my tongue did not want to say that word. Manipulative actions, or in this case, information, right? Gaslighting, illusions, fear-based thinking, trying to hold somebody back, conditioned thinking that doesn't serve you. It can also be just holding something back, shoving something down, pretending it's not happening, and trying to create some sort of other. And I feel like this, this crow is like, speak the truth. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Because what happens when you do is this massive creation power gets provided back to you. A magician is the expert. So yeah, the expert manifester of the major arcana. So if you have been lying to yourself about something, expect that it's going to, especially if it's sticking you, that it's going to be brought to the surface for you to look at. If someone has been manipulating you, if you have been believing old conditioning that is not in alignment with your truth anymore, you're going to get that truth now. That's what's happening here. And the minute that you allow that to come to the surface, that you trust and you have faith, you see what happens is you begin to heal the past. The fire comes up to heal, to burn things away that are no longer serving you. And you get to get clarity with the Ace of Swords on this energy, hope versus expectation. What am I hoping is going to happen, right? And stepping into this beautiful heart-centered hope, as opposed to what do I expect is going to happen? Where am I attaching myself to things or illusions that are not based in reality and are just going to end up disappointing me? So in other words, what I'm saying here, what they're showing for you, the physical aspect of your life is being completely run by your mind. And having this magician's like center stage here, right before an Ace of Swords, It's basically saying, notice the illusions and where you're lying to yourself and tell yourself the truth. Speak the truth, because you will put yourself in a position of expertise in your physical life. You will regain your hope and step into that manifestation energy again and provide yourself then with this Ace of Swords an open channel for new information, new insight, new ideas, truth to come through that's really going to serve you. Now, a year span is a long time. So this energy is not like snap of a finger energy. It may take you a while to kind of explore what those illusions are, honor your truth, step into your true power, get these insights. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this staircase here, you see how like long and spiraling it is? It may take you a while to shift your mind, take on these new ideas, start believing them, and having your hope restored in your physical experience. So I'm going to take a look now at the spiritual so we can see how this is going to aid you, because you're getting protected by the collective. You're supportive here. You're supported here. This is definitely already talking about your spirit team. Any kind of group on the physical plane that can serve you is going to help bridge this gap. Resources or communities that aid in thought processes or shifting your beliefs, therapy of some sort is going to help, because the collective wants to come in to support whatever's going on in the physical to bridge the gap. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, I don't know why I said that. Queen of Pentacles. This is a Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, Four of Pentacles. I did say Queen. Knight of Swords. Lovely. We're seeing a bit of a bridge there with the same suit. Nice. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Five of Swords. Okay. This group is all mental. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of blunt, but I will. Yes, I will. I'm going to say what they're saying. Okay, basically what they're saying is, nobody is sticking you at this point but yourself. The stuckness that you're feeling, you have to look to your mind first. Literally. It's mostly swords, right? 6 cards on the table, lots and lots of tarot cards. 6 cards on the table, 4 of them are swords. 2/3. So, it's all in your head is what they're telling you. In the collective will help you, I think, to come up with a strategy here to help you shift your mind. So a Four of Pentacles, this is like your spirit knows the truth, and it will ground you if you can get into a practice that acknowledges your spiritual or your divine self. It may need to be a different practice than you've already had. If you already have one, you may need to switch that up. It definitely needs to be a practice that takes into consideration what your mind has been saying to you, or what you have been through that has affected your mental state, right? Your thought processes. It's important. You have mostly swords. So the communication piece of this, that Gemini energy ruled by Mercury, that is all communication energy and trying to figure it out and nitpicking, and that's fine, the details, but hopefully the Jupiter energy will help you see the more expansive point of view, and this collective energy connected to your spiritual self is not just going to keep you swirling. You can see here, we could have some of that, but yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. So Four of Pentacles is a grounding card. It's a card of earth, and it's a stabilizing card. This 4 and the 6, remember we were talking about the 4 being stabilizing and grounding. A Four of Pentacles in particular is sometimes can be a bit of a tricky card. What you want to do if you feel like you're in scarcity, or you can't give of yourself, give of your time, your energy, your money, whatever it is, invest in yourself. If you feel nervous about your finances, your home, your body, anything that is physical, you want to look to your spirit, because the spiritual practice, the collective, your spirit team, the community that you have here on the physical plane that understands your divine connection or sees your divinity will help remind you that you're safe, you're protected, all is well. You have everything you need is what the Four of Pentacles says in the high expression. So your spirit's going to continuously remind you, no, you have everything you need to unstick the stuck. I mean, it's really your mind sticking you. And whether that has to do with past experience or past conditioning or not, you have the power to shift this in your world, which is really cool. That's what we want. You know, sometimes things are out of our control, and that can really suck. So group one, you have the ability to stay grounded, but you have to lean on the spiritual side of yourself to remind you of that, especially while you're exploring the mind. Because again, two more swords over here, Knight of Swords, a Five of Swords. A Knight of Swords is a movement card. This tells me that your spiritual and your divine self has a plan, that you're going to be not just receiving insights la-di-da-di for the heck of it, you're receiving insights and new ideas if you're willing to unstick the stuck, if you're willing to look into it. Over the next year, you probably are going to get privy to some information or some teachings or a community or et cetera, that help you, like a class, something like that, a book, a document, a way of doing something that helps you to move forward in a way that you hadn't before as it concerns your mind. The Knight of Swords is a movement card. All knights are. This is a pretty quick moving energy. The key to the Knight of Swords energy is about having a strategy and having a plan and it being honored within. So your spirit will say, yep, this is the right tool. This is the one you needed. And then you might be like, I'm afraid, and your spirit will then remind you, it's okay, you have everything you need to do this. You might be afraid, you might have stuff coming up in your head here, we can see. But when it's intuitively connected or aligned for you, go ahead and do it. Your spirit will say, do it. This is the path you need to be on. This is the strategy for you right now. Move forward on it once it feels true to you. And the Five of Swords here in a low expression is going to have you in mental conflict a bit. But again, I feel like because this is your spiritual side, and you have the collective as your energetic card, right? You have a spirit card on your spiritual side, and it's the collective card. All is connected, collective growth. Two things. Number one, you're going to keep being reminded when you lean into a negative thought process, conflicting thoughts, feeling ungrounded or feeling scarcity energy or unsafe. You can turn to spirit to ask them for help, to help you unstick the stuck thought. A Five of Swords in a low expression is being conflicted in the mind and trying to figure something out. And really, you can see his face. I mean, if you just look at his expression, he's like being overwhelmed by his thoughts, being overcome by his thoughts, trying to figure something out, but it's not that easy. The high expression of a five energy is about change. So changing your mind, changing your thoughts. And so if you're open to it, as I said, your team, your spirit team, the people here who understand you on the physical plane, your divine self, is going to keep reminding you, you have everything you need, you are safe, you are protected. Here's how you can shift your mind. Here's a plan for you to be able to shift that thought, shift that mindset, release it, have a change of mind. So you have a nice bridge kind of already together with all of these swords. It's very clear to me, group number one, that the stuck is in your head, right? And I'm not saying that kind of, it's not a toss away statement. This can be a bit of work, but thank goodness you've got about a year to work on this. I would say start doing it because this energy here feels so good. It might take you a bit of time, but it's going to be worth it. It's restoration of hope and collective unconditional support. So, you know, as you move forward, it's going to start feeling much, much better. It's like you reclaiming your power, that fire within, and your connection at the same time. And as your mind begins to shift, you know, you'll feel more like yourself. You'll feel more in control of your life. You will feel more grounded for sure. The reminders are going to come in to help you access this energy and leave behind the past or heal the past. Leave behind those old thoughts and move forward with probably new insights, new ideas. You may have like really cool, inspiring ideas that come out of this. New ways to communicate coming out of this for sure. Like new ways to communicate your feelings, communicate what's going on with you, what's going on within you, with those around you, etc. Whatever's been stuck, that's what you need to think of as you're listening, right? Like, okay, this has been really like not moving forward for me in a way I wanted. I've been really stuck in this area. It's all to do with how you're thinking about it. And thoughts create your life, especially with a magician. This is your physical self. Your physical self has the power to manifest whatever it is you're thinking about. So you've got powerhouse energy here. But I think you've been living under some sort of an illusion. Like you've just been lying to yourself, which we all do for sure. And the minute that you start to uncover and dig into that, your hope starts to get restored. You start to reclaim your power, right? And then you start getting these ideas. And you have your beautiful spirit to remind you, you've got what it takes. It's okay. I know this is scary. And then to point you in the right direction to help you have these shifts. It's wonderful energy, really. Okay, let's get some direction to take with you. What do we have on the physical side here? Refine your intention. Literally opening up your eye. Thank you. Refine your intention, and that is card number 4. Another 4 showing up for you. It's a nice number because it feels very grounding, right? So the refine your attention is all what we've been talking about. What are you focusing your attention on? What are you focusing your thoughts on? What's going on in your mind? Whatever it is you're viewing, seeing, thinking, is going to be very important for you in your physical life to get clear about what it is that you're paying attention to, what it is you're focusing on. You might want to just kind of take an inventory of that, is what I would say moving forward, group 1, right? If you're like, oh, why am I so stuck? Then go back a day and go like, okay, what was I doing? What did I spend most of my time doing? What was I thinking about? Was I present? Go back a week. How did I spend each day? What was the majority of my actions and my physical life? What was I doing during those days? They want you to take like an inventory and start refining where you're placing your attention and how much attention you're giving things, especially as I was saying, because you have such, the presence of swords is like predominant here. What was I thinking about would be a really great question. What did I spend my time? Like, what's taking up space in my mind? And should I be charging it rent? Like, do I want it to take up space in my mind? And is it productive? Is it productive for me to place my attention on that? So refining your thoughts, refining what it is that you're paying attention to. Let's see what we have, the spiritual side. Begin to explore. Yes. Curiosity is what this feels like. There's like a fish flying over her and she's like, what the heck is that? I thought the fish were only down here. This is like expansive energy, right? Allowing yourself to not only explore your thoughts, which obviously we've been talking about, but to allow yourself to kind of explore a different path, a different thought process, a different strategy, a different way to do something. The bigger picture, right? Instead of always just kind of focusing on certain things, really noticing what it is that you're paying attention to and beginning to explore maybe thoughts that you have that you don't like so much, or thoughts that are conflicting, or a new way to do something, like learning something new. Oftentimes, swords will be connected to that. You don't have the cards here that I would say are super like, you need to be open and learning, but you definitely have to be open to listen and be directed here. These come together by you understanding your power to shift your mind and how your mind directs your life. And so to have a begin to explore card from your spirit with refine your attention, it's like explore what you're paying attention to and other tools and tricks, and wonder about what it is that you could maybe replace that with, or what you would rather pay attention to, or what gives you a better feeling. Also, if you do get directed, this begin to explore card is spirit nudging you to go like, hey, just try it out. Give it a shot. You can see what happens, but just give it a shot. Be open to giving it a shot, because it's supportive exploration, right? Okay. Let's close out this first part of this reading with some animal guide messages for you. Spirit animal guidance, please. We are going to get 3 animals. The starfish, open to infinite possibilities. We were just kind of saying that. Open to infinite possibilities. Yeah, That's starfish. I love a starfish. A starfish can regenerate quite easily. If it loses one of its limbs, it's going to grow it back. So remember that for yourself, group number 1. You have all the power. I just want to make sure you can see all these cards. Okay, good enough. I was so wrapped up in your reading because it feels very explorative. It feels like something, you have the ability to shift something, like you've got a lot of power here. And maybe you've just forgotten that, that happens sometimes. We go through some stuff and life gets heavy, life gets hard. Things can be difficult and we forget all of the power we do have. And so here, be open to infinite possibilities. Begin to explore. The collective is waiting for you to connect to it and to be supported by it, right? The Four of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, these reminders from Spirit helping you to come back. Come back to the strategy. Come back to what's moving you. Come back to the truth. Come back to the insights. Okay, we also have Canary Spirit and Sing Your Own Song. That's nice. They're yelling at me about the number. Did I not do the math? 9, 10, 14, 5. So change. Be open to infinite possibilities maybe in your mind as well. And then this is 12, 3. Sing Your Own Song. This to me is all about the magician energy, right? Where we're really tapping into your authentic truth, what's real for you, what's true for you, realizing your power, claiming that back on the physical plane. Whenever someone refines their intention or what they're paying attention to, their attention, where you focus, that's where all the magic is, right? Because the present moment is kind of all we have. And if we're not focused in the present moment, we can miss things. And for you, it's very, again, mentally dominant, air dominant. So you might not be present. You're floating away. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the future. You're worrying about something. You're, trying to analyze something and think it through, et cetera, et cetera. But here we want authentic energy happening. And they're saying a picking apart of, I don't know if I would say it like that, but that's how Spirit's putting it, like a picking apart of your thought processes and how they're serving you and how they're not, and what you can do to, what you can put into place to shift those. Okay, final spirit animal to leave group 1 with, please. Oh, I love this. The dog spirit. And it's a 1910 1. Yeah, right. I'm going to put it right here. I love this. Be loyal to what you love. And I feel like learn to be loyal to yourself, right? To what you love, to what you need. Oh, I love that. What a nice way to close the first part of this reading, group 1. Be loyal to what you love. Dogs and loyalty. Be your own best friend. If you've been really not nice to yourself in your mind, or been thinking these things that are just not true, or been kind of being held back or stuck by old narratives, this is your opportunity. This is your chance to unstick that stuck and to love yourself enough to, what is this? I watch a podcast, and every time somebody says something about themselves, then the other person will go, stop talking like that about my friend. It's like, don't say those things about yourself, right? Notice how it is you're treating yourself in your mind, what thoughts you're thinking. Be loyal to yourself and be loyal to what you truly love. Wow, beautiful energy. Well, this concludes part 1 of this reading. At this point in time, if you are an Evolve member, you're going to want to head down to the description box and click on the timestamp or the link next to your particular membership, and that will send you to the page where you can view the second part of this reading. Again, the second part of this reading, we're going over keywords to help you bridge this gap so we can understand the vortex that you want to be in, outcome energy for both sides of the spectrum here, the physical and the spiritual, goddess guidance to align with, which is so fun, and affirmations from the heart to take with you. If you're not an Evolve member and you want to look at becoming one, there's a link down below for that as well, so you can have access to the second part of the extended readings that I post. This is amazing, group number 1. I feel like you have what it takes, and over the next year, you may find yourself kind of thinking like a completely different person. You may not even recognize yourself in the mirror anymore in a really, really beautiful, good way. Instead of feeling stuck, you're like taking everything that you have, the responsibility for yourself and your mind, and you're using it for your benefit to manifest what you want, to shift your thoughts, and to feel safe, empowered, and part of the bigger collective, right? Part of the divinely supported here on this planet, hopeful and supported. So I hope that this serves you, group number 1. If you found something that resonates with you in this reading, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Make sure that you're liking the video, hit that like button, and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss any of my future readings. It was my pleasure to read for you today. I hope this serves you again, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello group 2, and welcome to your Jupiter in Gemini reading. If you are listening to this, you have chosen the second card, card number 13, Success in Transformation. And I feel like for some reason you are taking off, right? Like this looks like we're about to launch here. And so over the course of the next year with this Jupiter in Gemini energy, the transformations that you're going through, maybe you've already started going through, or that you're going to be going through, is going to find you reaching new heights, accelerating, finding success maybe in places and spaces that you perhaps never dreamed of or didn't think were available to you. So the key here is to be really open to the transformations that either are happening or need to happen. Also, this card is the 13th card, which is the death card in the tarot. So yeah, doubling down on transformation energy, perhaps for stability. 1 + 3 is 4. So that's a stabilizing number, a secure number. The 1 signifies self. The 3 is like creativity. So creatively kind of stepping into yourself and transforming successfully. Beautiful energy. We are going to be looking at both the physical and spiritual sides of yourself in this reading to help us bring them together to bridge the gap and help you work more cohesively as a whole being through these transformations to be able to experience that success. So I'm using an elemental deck. We've split the spread. So this is the physical side, spiritual side. We're going to look at the elements you're working with. So in the physical world, you've got card number 1. This is the earth energy, and it is the earth card, grounding. Calm the mind, connect to the body, mindfulness, and nature. So your physical self wants to be in a grounded state. Using the earth, it's like to ground you in this transformation. And your spiritual energy, wow, earth and spirit, this is ether energy. This is the spirit card, or the spirit element. Integrated woman, self-acceptance, integrate lessons, grounded healing. Wow, look at these working together for you. This feels so good, this energy together. The combination. Earth and spirit. It's like everything being aligned from the ground up to allow you to integrate all aspects of yourself and have this successful alignment going on. Accepting all parts of yourself and calming your mind, connecting to your physical self. So your physicality is looking to be more connected to itself and your purpose and place on the planet, while your spiritual self is integrating all parts of yourself and accepting yourself to integrate the lessons that you have learned and accept the healing that is available to you. Grounded healing. Beautiful. I mean, that may be kind of your theme phrase, group number 2. Grounded transformation, grounded healing, grounded integration. If there are parts of you that feel disconnected or like you feel like split selves, this energy over the course of the next year is looking to help you feel more whole. And what a beautiful energy to have with this kind of a reading. So we are going to get more information and advice to help you bridge the gap and balance the energy. help both sides of yourself communicate together for your highest good. So I'm just going to get your cards out for your physical and spiritual self here from the tarot. Okay, let's see what we've got for information for you and advice on the physical side of things. Three of Pentacles, more physicality energy with the Suit of Pentacles, earth energy. Ooh, this one next. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, this group. Great. And the 7 of Wands. Talk about peace within, being able to face whatever it is you've got and stay peaceful and serene. Okay, group 2. What beautiful energy you have to step into here on the physical planet. Okay, these two pentacles combined with this earth and this grounding energy is so wonderful. It's magnificent. It's like transforming your physical space and your physical space, your physical body, your home, your work, anything that has to do with the physical existence that you've got going on here, your physical journey, physical self. This card here is about creatively, right? You've got even just 10 plus 3 is 13, right? We're getting those numbers again. Look at this. 1 plus 12 is 13. So 13 is a number for you showing up right off the bat, affecting your physical life and your physical self. Okay, 3 of Pentacles energy is about using the tools in the community to work together, to congregate together, to it's like allow for insights and successful culmination, right? So successful transformation, yes, but it's about really understanding that you have the tools available to you. You have the people available to you. You've got them all to ground you and to help you reconnect to yourself. You just got to ask about how to use them. To have a 10 of Pentacles follow this is wonderful. Not only are you going to understand and know, learn how to use what you have at your disposal to find new resources, even find new communities, find new ways to use the tools you already have creatively. You're going to use them to create an exorbitant amount of abundance in your life. It's not just success, it's like abundant success in the transformation. The 10 of Pentacles is this expansive energy of abundance. So whether that's money or, as I said, feeling much better in your body, in your home, setting something up for you that feels not just grounded and strong and stable, but abundantly grounded, strong, and stable. It's like being in a beautiful, abundant vortex. To have this kind of a 7 of Wands, the way that it's depicted for you, coming up after that, you can see that your physical self is going to be in a beautiful alignment where it's like nothing can stop you, nothing can hold you back. This transformation is putting you into a more peaceful and serene place. A 7 of Wands is a card of experience, is a card that says you have what you need to not only get through, whatever it is you're facing, challenges, etc., but to also hone your experience to keep yourself in this grounded, peaceful state. You can see the solar plexus is highlighted, but she is at peace. No matter what is coming at her, she stays at peace. This energy is abundant, resourceful, and peaceful all at the same time. You're using the earth to create and multiply for you. You're using the earth energy for that. It's beautiful. Okay, let's see how the spirit's coming in. Let's see. 4 of Wands, 4 of Fire. Looks like celebration to me. Some of you may be getting like a new home, getting married, just because of the combination, okay? 9 of Swords, interesting. Okay, 9 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Your spirit is going to guide and love you through this. This is going to be, talk about transformation. Wow, love this. Okay. Well, this is fire, right? So in your physical aspect, you do have a fire card. You do have the Seven of Wands, keeping you at ease no matter what comes. It's like it doesn't burst the bubble. And here, they're explaining to you that your spirit is able, again, to integrate the parts of your life and choose. Here with the Four of Wands, this is a very positive commitment card. So it's like your spirit is going to lead you to the commitments that work for you. Again, you may be, this is a marriage card, a card of new home, a big commitment. So you may be making some bigger commitments over the course of the next year that feel really great. Yeah, it might be transformational and you're saying yes to things that really vibe with your soul, or make you feel more whole, or make you feel more like your authentic self. You're accepting yourself here and integrating that into your actual life. Your spiritual self is coming through and saying, we want this, and why shouldn't we have it? Let's commit ourselves to this. It's so beautiful. We have a worrisome card here, but then look, we get this fire coming in with magic to just help us move around it, help us get out of it, help us understand it, help us avoid it even. Yeah, avoid it even. So even though you may have worries popping up still, because remember, this is a longer period of time. I'm doing this right after. I'm recording this on the actual transit, the Jupiter and Gemini move, May 25th. But over the course of the next year, whenever you may be watching this, if you're watching this later, no matter what creates stress or worry in your life and in your mind, okay? Because you have this Eight of Wands, which is a very fast and fiery manifestation card. It's a very supportive card that says, don't worry. Like, it's literally like, don't worry, we'll get through this, no problem. We'll figure this out. We'll find how to get over the hurdle. We'll move around it. We'll give you the solution. And I think it's because you're trusting yourself more and, again, integrating the lessons from the past. That's part of this transformational, successful energy for you. It's like, I'm committing to what I need to commit to. Oh my gosh, I'm worried. Should I do that or not? And it's like spirit comes in to kind of support it and help you understand that you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. This challenge may have looked much bigger in the past, and as you move through the next year, you may find that you're not stressing out so much about things. You're not really losing sleep over things the same way you used to be. You're staying in this peace abundance bubble here on the physical plane. Your body may not feel as affected by these things anymore. Your mind may not feel as affected, because I feel the spirit here is taking this energy and this element of let's ramp this up in air energy, which is what swords is connected to. Let's ramp this up in air and flow this around and swirl this around and create this chaos in the mind. And the fire goes like, no, we're going to swirl this in a different way. We're going to move right through this quickly. This is very fast energy and beautifully committed, inspiring, like spiritual commitment energy. So this fire kind of feels like it comes in and goes, no, that's not where we want to grow. That's not how we want to vibe. That's not what we're interested in. There really is nothing to worry about. Or you're going to notice your divine self and your spirit team kind of coming in to say, hey, it's all right. Let's jump this hurdle, or rest, sleep on it, and in the morning it'll look better. In the morning we'll be through this. In the morning you'll have the solution. You'll know what to commit to. You'll know what to do. Or you'll understand that commitment was a good one. Like, let's say you make a commitment and then you get really nervous about the commitment you just made. You're like, oh my God, did I really commit to that? Like, is that something I'm supposed to commit to? Oh my God, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? You'll hear your spirit integrating yourself and regrounding yourself, hopefully. Like, do a grounding exercise. Like, I am in a vortex of abundance. I am an abundant multiplier. And then sleep on it and see if in the morning it's either completely gone or you're refreshed, or maybe there's a solution, like there's a big challenge that you have and you don't know what to do, you don't know what to decide. If you sleep on it, you may find that spirit moves it for you, that your divine self suddenly understands differently, has a new perspective, is more connected. Once you tune in to your divine self here, especially if you reground and tune in, these two combine to help you go, I am at ease and I am at peace, and I can handle anything because I have the right tools and I know how to use them abundantly. So I will make the best commitments. And even if my mind comes in to interrupt that, to make me, old cycles, I'm getting in fear, I'm worried about this, I'm a little nervous, that's totally human, but it's not going to stop your spirit. Things will move. They will manifest. All of these wands are coming together to, boom, manifest something beautifully and possibly very quickly. So you may have like spurts of energy getting you through things where you thought there was an issue. Now all of a sudden there isn't. And through it all, you have the ability to tune into your physical self being so beautifully grounded, connected, and peaceful, serene. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, we're transitioning and transforming to be able to fly, or to be able to move with the fire differently, with your spirit differently. It's so wonderful. Okay, let's get some direction that you can take with you for either of these sides. Or for both of these sides. It's lovely how they're working together. Let's see, you have everything but water here. There is no water. It's interesting. That's an interesting point. It's interesting, right? There is no, waters are all about emotions. So there is, yeah, this and this. Okay, thank you. It's like we're taking the emotion out of it. We're focusing on what we can do, how to ground ourselves, the tools we need, the structure we need, and we're trusting in abundance. And then you're working with your spirit and your source energy, this fire energy. 1, 2, 3, half of the energy is fire, to integrate these two together. And I feel like to sort of take you out of any kind of anxiety in your mind, right? Because that's what we're getting here. Like your spirit's going to allow you to find ways to self-soothe, to reground, to reconnect. These two helping each other, when you have grounding energy and spiritual connected energy together, it's beautiful because everything in between will hopefully be able to line up more easily. And this is how you can be best connected. Fusing the physical world with the spiritual world seamlessly. Lovely. Okay. Let's see what your advice is here, or the direction that you're meant to take with you. Build on solid ground, of course. That's humorous, you know? From spirit, with all this abundant grounding energy, they're telling you build on solid ground. The feeling of this is like if there is something that isn't working, or it's shaky, or it's unstable, or you're noticing that there are cracks in your foundation somewhere in your life, wherever that is for you, they're telling you not to continue to try to build on that. Find a different way to use the tools, find a different resource, think creatively, get rid of it and rebuild so that you have a solid ground to build on. So over the next, 12 months-ish, you want to pay attention to your foundation and ask yourself, are there any cracks in this foundation? Is there anything that I need to pull out and rebuild, or that I need to strengthen or reinforce so that I can keep growing? Clearly, build abundance on solid ground is what I would say. Good. That's very good. Let's see what we have here for you. Have faith. I love that. That door of opportunity. That's what this energy is. Have faith. They're like, even if you're worried, don't lose faith. We got you. Your parts of yourself are being integrated over the next year, right? To feel more whole. So in your physical life, you're making sure you're doing those checks and balances and staying very grounded, looking around. It's all very physical. And then the fire is at peace. Your spirit is at peace. And here, we're integrating, and some of it might be a little bit messy. Some of it might be a little bit worrisome. Maybe certain things are going to be triggered that, stress you out, or make you lose sleep. You might have those moments that happen. And they're telling you here as direction to be able to take with you for your divine self, for your spiritual self, for your connection, to never lose faith. You are on a staircase up, success and transformation. The way that you're getting to that open door, like the whole point of this depiction here, of course, is that it looks like a wall, but it's not a wall. It looks like there's a challenge. It looks like there's a wall, but this card here indicates no, it's an open door. It's something magic. It's an opportunity. So your goal is to realize, as you become more whole, as you integrate these parts of yourself, as you accept yourself and you calm your mind and you connect back to your body and you integrate the things you have learned over your lifetime, you begin to heal, and then these opportunities become available to you, perhaps quickly or as if by magic. And your spirit is going to want you to say yes to them. Okay. We're going to get some animal messages to close out part 1 of this reading for you. So, spirit animal guidance. Love to kind of tune in to see what the animal kingdom has to give you. We have the rhino spirit. Overcome any obstacle. Literally. I mean, this is what we're talking about here. Have faith. You will overcome any obstacle because you have the support of not just a little bit of yourself, but the integration of yourself, your whole self, and spirit, right? You are divine, and spirit is supporting that. And they're reminding you, have faith because you will overcome any obstacle. Thank you, rhino spirit. Beautiful, beautiful messaging. I see it. And for this side, we have the dove spirit. Be peace. Exactly. Be peace. Look at that. Lovely. Build on solid ground and be peace. Be peace. I kind of like that. Not be at peace, which we're talking about here with the 7 of Wands, but embody it. Physical, 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 peace, peace. It's like, wow, what a lovely energy for your physical self to just embody, step into, etc. It's like abundant, physical, grounded, calming serenity and peace. Love it. Wow. Okay. And finally, last spirit animal. We have the white raven spirit 66. Trust in the magic. I was like, trust in the magic of you, trust in the magic of your divinity, trust in the magic of the culmination of your two selves kind of melding together and integrating together as one. Oh, I love that energy. Wow. And a white raven spirit, like trust in the magic of your alignment in general. Trust in yourself. Trust in the integration of your two sides because it's working. 66, double balance, double balance. It's a 12, integrated. Feels very good. Harmony, peace. Again, I mean, 6s are really about creating harmony and peace and balance. So you're getting that all over your spread. You're overcoming whatever comes your way, and you're being able to kind of stay in this alignment. This is not an easy achievement, but for some reason, I mean, your physical and your spiritual self are beautifully integrating to work together to keep you on the physical plane, you know, here and stable and solid and abundant and like breathing, you know, calm, while your spiritual self is giving you all the hints, getting you around obstacles, integrating these parts of yourself that maybe you haven't acknowledged before seamlessly and helping you to have the faith to overcome the obstacles, and you will. Trust in the magic. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. These are all the messages I have for part 1 for you of this reading. If you're an Evolve member, at this point, you're going to want to head down to the description and click on the link next to your specific membership, and that will send you to your membership page so you can watch the second part 2 exclusive extended part of this reading, where we're going to get keywords to help you understand the vortex that you're actually in to be able to bridge this gap. Although we're seeing that, we'll see what comes up there. We're going to look at outcome energy for both sides, get you goddess guidance to align with, and affirmations from the heart. So this was my absolute pleasure to read for you, group 2. It's such clear, amazing energy. I think you're going to have a beautiful time if you step into regrounding yourself fully in your physical body, your path, your home, your career, whatever it is that you're up to on the physical plane. You have the ability to utilize what it is that's working for you, what's not working for you, and continuously reground and stay in the sense of ease while your spirit is directing you and you're like noticing or coming into contact, coming into understanding with new parts of yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are and making beautiful commitments, overcoming these things and having faith, overcoming certain perhaps challenges or frustrations or obstacles that maybe you've been working on for years. You're able to kind of climb that staircase and have faith that there is this opportunity at the end of this. There is this open door. Really, you become this integrated woman or man, you know, or whatever it is that you're, you know, identifying with. You become that. It's so beautiful. So I hope that this serves you. group number 2. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Make sure you're liking that like button, hit that like button for me, and you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of my future readings. Once again, I hope that this serves you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your Jupiter in Gemini reading. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the 3rd card option. You are living poetry. And there's a couple of ways to take this energy, so that's interesting in and of itself. It's a 32-5, so I suspect lots of changes will be set in motion, and that you're going to find deeper meaning in kind of the things that transpire over the next year. You are living poetry to describe you, yourself, your physical self, your spiritual self. We are definitely going to be looking at the two sides of you. The physical self and the spiritual self, we're splitting this spread, which is really interesting. So you are living poetry, as I said, describing you and the uniqueness of your experience, and then also you are literally living poetry. So that's why I said I feel like there's going to be these experiences that you have connected to this Jupiter and Gemini energy that help you to uncover or to see the things that are unfolding in your life over the next year in a different way, from a different perspective that makes them almost poetic. And you may be like, wow, that was like completely life enhancing. That was unbelievable. That was super awakening. You may have these pieces and parts of your physical and divine journey be presented to you as if it is poetry in motion, is how they just said it. So what we're going to do first is get a couple of elements that are connected to the physical and spiritual sides of yourself, just to see what kind of energy you are working with here. So physical, spiritual, let's see what we have on the physical side. This is, wow, balance energy, the yin yang, you know, a little bit of this in that, a little bit of that in this. And this is the element of ether or spirit. So your physical self is looking to get back into balance. All is connected, balance extremes, inner and outer. So it's really going to be showing up in your physical world. I mean, as they were giving that double meaning here, describing you as living poetry, and then literally I think you are going to be living this beautiful, poetic kind of experience over the next couple of years. Next couple of years. Wow. So maybe it's a couple of years. Definitely for the next year. Jupiter changes signs about once every year. So in Gemini for the next year, creating this balanced energy in your life. If it's felt like your physical life has been in some sort of extreme, some sort of chaos, or ricocheting back and forth, yo-yoing back and forth, this energy, which is connected literally to your divine self, right? The ether element, wants to bring that into balance. It wants to show you the little bit of masculine in the feminine, the little bit of feminine in the masculine, the little bit of this and that, as I said, or that and this. It wants to give you the perspective to work with so that your physical self can feel more at ease. And realize that everything is kind of in harmony all the time. Everything is trying to balance itself out, says the universe. The law of balance, you know what I mean? That's what your physical life is working with. Let's see what the spiritual self, wow, doubling down on the spirit, intuition. Wow, look at this combo. Yeah, almost, it's sort of feeling like an out-of-body experience or something like that. So you're not getting different elements. You're getting the same element, and both of them are ether, connected to you being living poetry or you living poetically or seeing your life as poetry. Wow. And change is happening. It's a 32-5. This card is number 2. This card is number 3. What is happening? This feels like the magic of the divine is upon you, group 3. And over the course of the next year, and I kind of had that slip, 2 years maybe, your life physically will be coming back into balance because of the influence of the divine. It feels like divine laws or something to me. That's what I keep getting here with this balance card. Like the divine laws, karmic laws of the universe are going to help balance things out for you on the physical plane. And then to get the intuition card in another ether reference for your spiritual self, your intuition may be guiding you heavily so that this all starts to make sense, so that you're able to see things in a new and vibrant way or from a different perspective, etc. We definitely need to get some more insight into this for you, group 3. What interesting energy. So the number 2, the number 3, the number 32, the number 23, or 5 energy may be very important for you. Change is afoot, and wow, is it going to connect you to your divinity. So we're just going to get some information and insight from the tarot. We're going to get advice for you to help you bridge the gap and balance the energy, to help both sides of you communicate from a sense of divinity, as you can see here. Again, same element. That has not happened for any of the previous groups thus far. Yes, I see it. Thank you. So that's why I'm very interested to see what the tarot will give us to help us. I mean, bridging the energy will be being done from a divine place, most certainly. Okay, on the physical side. Oh my God. Wow, you guys, what is this group? You guys are going to be super connected. The High Priestess is the intuitive, you know, the all-seeing. You can see her eyes are closed, but her third eye is highlighted, and we have the shadow of her eyes being open, the massive channel open. She is the channel of the major arcana, and also she is card number 2. Okay, High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Yes, something is turning over nicely for you in the physical realm. Not only are you becoming more intuitive, making probably more intuitive and abundant decisions, but you're starting to enjoy your life a whole lot more, becoming more independent, releasing burdens, realizing where things need to close out and end, what you no longer want to carry, what makes you feel good. The High Priestess, as I said, she's the intuitive of the tarot. So she is the all-knowing, all-seeing kind of vibe. This tells you that, you know, to keep your channel open here. The Queen of Pentacles is a very balanced energy for sure. This is earth energy, and this is fire here. So earth energy and a Queen of Pentacles, she is constantly kind of sitting in peaceful abundance, and she provides, right, for herself and, let's say, her family. She's able to create the resources and use the resources that she needs. She's a very fertile energy. Also, she is a massive leadership vibe. So using your intuition on the physical plane to create great abundance, almost with ease, because look at the balance is happening, realizing everything is connected. As I trust my intuition, I'm able to settle into a more abundant and independent way of being. She's not afraid of hard work. She's not afraid to play and have fun with her resources as well, to relax. She's a beautiful, balanced leader, truly. So this is like really wonderful for you. And a 10 of Wands to close that out. That feels really good. It's like you've trekked a path, and when you get a 10 of Wands, it's a heavy, burdensome energy that is meant to be released or set down now. So, you know, the poetry and the way that this all ends up unfolding in your life may be beautifully intuitive, for sure. Okay, I can't believe that. Beautifully intuitive and abundant and grounding for you. You may find that you're feeling more stable in your vessel, that you're feeling like you can go out and do things in a way that you never felt comfortable doing before, or maybe you didn't have the confidence to do before. You may find that you're releasing old baggage and things that you've been carrying for a while here, because you've got things coming into balance. There may be karmic markers that are being hit for you in the next year, where you've, you know, been struggling with something, or you've been burdened by something and it was connected to some sort of karmic debt needing to be paid, and that gets balanced out for you so you can release it and move on. It feels wonderful, if I'm honest. It just feels like relief with the right amount of independent energy. It's like right place, right time, divine orchestration. You couldn't have gotten there any faster than you can get there. You know, it's like you had to go through certain things in order to be able to get to this energy over the next year. And now it is time to move on from certain things and then move into certain other things. And it feels like we're releasing the weight of it and stepping into the abundance in a new way. You're like learning how to intuitively create your own abundance. And you don't have time to be, you don't have the time, energy, or even the want or desire to be carrying burdens like you used to be carrying them. So you may be putting up really, really solid intuitive boundaries coming up in the next year. I feel like you're not going to settle for less than balance, right? So it's not that you're not able to like put up with things, let's say, or to do some hard work or to move through certain struggles. It just means that you won't be carrying added baggage anymore, and your intuition as well as your body will not allow you to. Wow. And I just feel like, again, it may be very poetic. Something may come to a conclusion and you kind of just have this vision that it's not for you anymore. You may find that you have visions of creating new ways of being, new life, a different place to live, a different career. You may start a hobby, okay? You may start gardening. You know, there's things here on the physical plane that feel that need to be brought into creation. And that's being done intuitively in your form, in your physical form. And it helps to balance things out. It helps you to kind of not continue on the road of burden anymore, not continue to carry that weight anymore, not continue to say, I gotta do this, I gotta blah, 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 whatever. You're not making excuses anymore. You're taking this independent, intuitive energy into your physical world to create this beautiful balance. Again, balance extremes, inner and outer. So you're helping your spiritual self on the physical side. Your divine is being considered clearly considered in your physical life, which I love so much. It's like co-creation is that. This is like the example of co-creation, right? Where you're taking responsibility for yourself, you're trusting your intuition, and then you're showing up abundantly in your life to do things, and you're not putting up with things that don't feel right or aligned, or they feel too heavy, right? Instead, it's like you're saying yes when you mean yes. You're willing to create something new. You're focusing on what it is you're being called to do, and you're not afraid to do it. And that's what creates this beautiful balance in your life. Again, intuition here in the physical, and then we're getting it here on the spiritual side. So let's see what we have here. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Cups. And the Hanged Man. Well, right away we have a balanced energy coming in. So decisions are going to be made quite firmly in balance. I think your intuition, again, is going to lead you. This is like kind of the same coupling, right? Balance and intuition, balance and intuition. So even your spirit is kind of on board with this here. Let's not move into extremes. We're balancing extremes literally. Intuition versus fear, connect to your soul, trust, self, and source. So this here, starting off, your intuition will, if you engage your intuition nicely, which it looks like you are going to be for sure, you can say, what is the most balanced decision I can make here? How can I best juggle the things that I have on my plate? What do I need to release or relieve myself of in order to remain in a state of balance or to create more peace and harmony in my life? And your intuition will literally provide you with the answer. The Seven of Cups is about choices. So again, decisions. It's like decisions, and surrender and listen and wait. So it feels like, again, massive co-creation energy for this group for sure. The Seven of Cups is connected to your dreams and your imagination. It's a heart-centered card. It's an emotional card. It says, follow your heart and make decisions from the heart. So balanced decisions from the heart, coming from an intuitive place where you're trusting yourself and you're trusting your divinity to tell you, this works for me, this is in alignment for me, and this isn't. That's also the other side of that. And the Hangman coming on the back of this here is wonderful. The Hanged Man energy is about surrendering over and taking the breaks that you need to listen to your intuition and not just forging forward when you don't know what to do next. In this case here, you can see your beautiful intuitive self is aiding in balancing your physical world beautifully. I mean, it's all working together. But I mean, you could totally interrupt this if you're looking at your life not poetically, let's say. So if you're not seeing your life as poetry in motion, but you're seeing your life as like something that you have to do, that you have to show up for, it's, oh my God, it's so, which can happen. You know, we get into these mind frames or mindsets where we're just like, oh, I'm showing up for another day. It's kind of the same old thing, etc. That is the opposite of this energy. This energy is, I am connected to my intuition. I am a full spiritual and divine being while I am operating in my life in a physical vessel. And for every decision that I make, or most decisions, decide, and I wait. I surrender myself over to the divine, to my divine self, to my spirit team. I listen. I wait and I listen when I need to make a decision so that I can tune into my heart center and I can tune in to that wisdom, that divine wisdom, to help me make the most balanced decisions. So over the course of the next year, you can see kind of if we're following this as guidance, yes, things do start to feel like almost poetic, like, oh my gosh, they told me to do that, or I felt that in my intuition, or my heart wanted this. And so instead of just forging forward, I waited for the answer, and it provided me with the insight, the intuitive insight that I needed. I took inspired action and I stayed grounded. Or my intuition told me to say no to this, that I don't need to continue to carry that, to create a boundary here. And I worked diligently on creating that boundary and continuing to check in. And now I feel so much more balanced in my work, in my relationship, at my home, with my body, whatever it is. This is a constant checking in. It's co-creation, it's divine reciprocal transmission at its finest to help you make the smallest decision that you have to make, right? The tiniest little thing. Which socks do I have to wear? Which socks do I want to wear today? What socks should I wear today, let's say? To the biggest decision that you might come across in the next year. This is why we work with our spirit team, right? This is why, right here, to create more balance, harmony, abundance, connection, heart-centered choices that are going to move you forward in the absolute best direction for you. This energy is divine and it's lovely, and it's asking you to realize that your life is living poetry, you are living poetry, and you are actually living poetically as well. Your divinity will see that for you. I think as long as you stay connected in this group, you're going to bridge that gap nicely. These sides will communicate beautifully, and you're going to come out of this feeling like balanced, but it's just your inner and outer worlds will be in harmony. That's what it feels like. Okay, let us get some direction that you can take with you for both of these sides. The Hanged, again, they want me to speak about the Hangman. What else do you want me to say about it? The Hanged Man energy is a nice card. Why? Because it's self-imposed, right? She's hanging upside down because she wanted to hang upside down, because she didn't know what to do, because she needed a moment to listen to her intuition. So she put herself in this little sling thing and hung upside down to get a different perspective. And until she understands what her heart wants and needs, what the most balanced decision is, etc., she's not going to come down. So that's the key, is the Hanged Man energy connected to your spirit says, listen, wait, listen it's like listen to the subtleties of your heart, listen to your truth within, listen in the silence, right? Give yourself that moment, ask and listen. And once it is given, then you take the next step, then you make that decision, then you walk your path, then you create this abundance, and it will then naturally sort of resolve itself. Again, there may be karma involved in this for sure. I feel the karmic thread. You might want to look up the law of karma and how that might resonate with you, etc. Okay, we're going to get some direction for you to take with you. Yeah, I see it. Okay, let's see what these cards have to say. So the physical self. Live life to the fullest. Ooh, it's exciting. It feels like something is blooming. And some people might take that, right? Like when we're getting a balance card with this energy, well, what do you mean? I have to make balanced decisions, Jodie. It doesn't mean that you're not living life to the fullest. Actually, living life to the fullest is remaining in a state of balanced frequency, right? Because if you're in extremes, there's constant yo-yo. It's like disruption. That's what it feels like. This energy is fruitful and abundant. So they're telling you specifically, live your life to the absolute fullest. Integrate these parts of yourself that either you haven't been paying attention to, or claim your responsibility for your divinity as well. If you've been yo-yoing or in extremes on the physicality side, we're getting 2 ether cards plus the High Priestess on your physical side and the Hanged Man. Wait for the answer. Listen, ask, and listen. Listen, ask, and listen. I mean, it's very, very blunt and almost overbearing that you're probably very intuitive, group number 3. And if you've been ignoring that or not tuning into that or not using that resource for yourself and not acknowledging that part of yourself, that infinite part of yourself that has all the answers that you need, that you can rely on all the time, they're telling you this is how you live life to the fullest and most fruitful. In a balanced state, trusting both sides, the very beautiful, grounding, abundant side of yourself and that divinity. I love it. Let's see what we have on this side. Reevaluate your priorities on this side. Again, it just feels like maybe you're making rash decisions, or you're not checking in. You're not, it's like you're only using half of yourself. That's kind of what it feels like. So, yeah, it really does. It feels like you're only using your physical self. Maybe you're only using your mind. You can see here, we don't have any swords. We don't have any swords. We have 2 major arcana, and we have the earth energy here, fire and water. No air, no swords. The mind is not involved here. The mind is not involved. So if you have an ether, right? So if you've been using your mind or over analyzing things, this is not in this energy at all. This is like they're saying, reevaluate your priorities. To me, it feels like they're saying like, well, and also a watering can, and this, she's on fire. You know, this is the only fire card we have. So it's like, are the things that you are doing burdening you so much that you're setting yourself on fire? Like, you have a watering can right here. Make a decision from your heart center. The cups is water. Make a decision to put that out for yourself. Your intuition's going to tell you, listen to your heart. What feels good? Does it feel good to be on fire? Or would you like us to put that out for you? Would you like to put that out for yourself? I think that you've probably been prioritizing group 3 the wrong things. Maybe you've been thinking your mind has all the answers, and if I analyze this and beat it to death, or I keep thinking about it, or if I just blah, 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 and you're not trusting your intuition, and it's just coming in so heavily that I think this next year is about really honoring and acknowledging your intuitive side and your divinity, and reevaluating how it is that you make that a priority in your life. I think it's very important. And I think that it's going to help you bring things naturally into balance. Like, you won't have to try that hard. Living life to the fullest will feel very, very good. Love this for you. I mean, it might be a big change, but again, I feel like the card that you chose kind of urges you, right? It's like, it's enticing you, if you will. It's kind of like calling you to look at your life as a whole in a different way, to not look at it through the channel of your mind, because your mind only knows what your mind only knows. You know what I mean? Like, spirit and your divine self knows much, much more. That's what the High Priestess is. She sees the unseen. She knows the unknown, right? Oftentimes people talk about her that she's a mute. She doesn't have to speak at all. And that's all swords, speaking and communicating, etc. She's got her divine channel open, and she just knows. And that's what I think they want you to connect to be able to feel like you're living life to the fullest. Your priorities are off, says your spiritual self. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I mean, we're not blaming. They're saying, we're not blaming you. We're just saying, you know, you're on fire. Let's put that out. My intuition wants you to put that out. Right? It's like your intuition wants you to put that out. Connect to your soul. Intuition versus fear. If I don't do this, then da-da-da-da-da, so I'll just deal with being on fire. It's like, reevaluate and look at your priorities. Start to trust yourself and trust your source connection. Start talking to your team. Learn about your spirit team. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. We're going to get messages now, spirit animal guidance for you to close this first part. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. Card number 34. And they've been having me place the first animals on this side. Interesting. So yeah, presence energy, perhaps. Checking in with your intuition. Either way, but a hummingbird always brings joy too as well, which is nice. Whoa, I almost dropped those. Let's see what else we have here. Be here now. Pay attention. What's going on? Are you on fire? Let's put that out for you. Ah, 55. Snake spirit, time to heal. Ooh, I love that. There are those fives again. Right? Shedding an old skin, for sure. Releasing something old, living your life in a different way, changing it up, feeling really good. Trusting your intuition, bringing things back into balance. Time to heal. There's probably things that you've been doing or prioritizing that are not for your highest good and are connected to old narratives, conditioned thinking, or things that you just have learned. You know, we learn these things that when we're little, you know, and they stick with us. And then there can come a time where it's not working, and that's okay. And you can explore that a bit, and you have the power to shift it. And in this case for you, group 3, you really have the intuitive power to probably heal yourself. Okay, be present, completely reevaluate the way that you look at your life and what you prioritize, and to choose to step into your life and look at it as something beautifully poetic to live to the fullest, right? To invest in. It's almost like investing in yourself and being astonished, surprised, excited about what you're seeing, because you're seeing it in a different way. It's not just what you're supposed to do and this is how things are and that's what I expected but this is what my mind said and blah blah. You know, that energy is not that anymore. It's like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what I felt, what I read, what I was led to, what I made this choice because I just felt like it was right, and then this happened and it's unfolding in that. Okay, and I feel so much more balanced. I feel so much more abundant. I had this inkling that I wanted to try this, or I wanted to call this person, or I wanted to, you know, set up with this learning thing, okay, like this course, and it has healed my soul. And I never thought it would come from that place, but it was like something came up, you know, it's like poetic. Do you understand how I'm talking right? Yeah, they're like, they get it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and finally, last animal here for you. Oh, the deer spirit. Bring a gentle touch. I love that. That's a nice, it's a nice way to kind of, it's a nice reminder. Be here now, time to heal, but bring a gentle touch to it. This isn't harsh energy, it's balancing out. I mean, over the course of a year, you know, this may not feel like the snap of a finger, and now I'm all balanced. I made one decision from my heart, and I feel good. You know, I didn't dig into that drama, so now I feel fine. It's not going to be that. It's going to reoccur, right? Like whatever you've been handling that's been kicking you out of whack or making you feel like you're in an extreme, they're saying be gentle with yourself, right? The deer is saying be gentle with yourself as you move through this, because it wants to balance out. Your spirit wants it and needs it, and so it's sort of the natural, it feels like the natural course. And there's a way that you can perceive what's shifting in your life right now, all of these fives that we're getting, what's changing and what's healing, that's really going to be very beneficial for you if you could fight it. I mean, if you don't reevaluate, if you keep carrying the heavy, you know, if there's refusal and you just want things to be analytical and in its place, like I totally get that, of course. That's how I have operated and coped with a lot of things in my life. But it runs its course. It's not the only movie that needs to be playing, right? Like it's not the only movie playing. Go see another movie. You know, it doesn't work for everything. It's only half of the story. The balance wants to come in, and that balance for you, it seems to be, for me, at least, what I'm noticing is there's not enough spirit in your spirit. There's not enough spirit in your life. So much spirit is coming, and the trust is going to build, and it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel absolutely amazing. So these are all the messages that I have for you, group number 3 for part 1. If you are an Evolve member, this is the point where you want to go down into the description, check that out. You'll find the link to your specific membership next to, you know, your membership name down in the description. Click on that link and that will send you right to the page where you can watch the second extended exclusive part of this reading, where we're going to be getting keywords to help us understand the vortex that you need to be in to bridge the gap here and to utilize these together. Although we have a lot of clarity here in the first part of your reading for sure. We're going to look at outcome energy for you as you lean into this vibe, this intuitive vibe, and prioritizing your intuition, goddess guidance to align with, and affirmations from the heart. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you. If you want more information about membership, you can check that out in the description as well for the exclusive guidance that's available there. I'm really excited for this group because I feel like the perspective is completely going to shift. And if you thought like, oh, I'm not intuitive, or I don't have access to that stuff, or, you know, like only certain people can do certain things or whatever, that is just absolutely not the case. You are about to find out over the next year that Jupiter wants to expand your perspective and your ability to tune in to your divinity and trust without a shadow of a doubt yourself and source, and create something lovely from that, make beautiful decisions from that. So I hope that this serves you. What wonderful energy. If something resonated with you in this reading, then please leave me a comment down below, hit that like button for me, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you, and I hope that you enjoy this energy over the next year, and I'll see you in the next reading.